If you think what web designers do is build websites for clients, then you're wrong and you're going to be stuck working with small, lousy clients. What real web designers do for clients is solve big business problems. And in this video, we're going to cover exactly what those business problems are and how you can become an expert in solving them and communicating them with your clients. So this is basically potentially one of the best, most important videos we've ever done. So stay tuned. Hey designer friends, what is up? My name is Ron Segal. Welcome back to Flux, where we teach you and help you become the best designers that you can be. I'm very excited about today's video because this is a topic that I'm so passionate about. I've been talking about this in a lot of other videos. You might have heard me talking about the fact that you should never try to sell websites to your clients because nobody really cares about buying a website. All your clients care about is solving their own problems. However, I don't think I've had the proper framework to explain to you how to talk and how to become experts on these problems, but I've just finished reading a book that was actually a very good book. It's called Gap Selling. It's a book about sales. I'll put the link in the description below, and I highly recommend you read it if you want to become expert on sales. However, basically the bottom line in this book is that, if you want, you have to sell about solving the problem and talk about the problems, but it offered a really interesting framework for understanding the impact of these problems and how to communicate them. So I want to share that with you and how I think about web design problems based on that framework. And what you'll get in this video is understanding kind of the roadmap of what the problems are that you need to become experts on, and what are the topics that you need to learn in order to become experts on, and then also how to communicate and talk about these problems with your clients. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run through all of the problems, and then we'll start diving deeper into some of them to give you a framework into how to think about them. All right, so let's get started. Here are a lot of the problems that web designers solve for businesses. So number one, customers can't find us online. Number two, customers don't understand what we do or how we're different. Number three, customers don't trust us. Number four, customers can't buy online from us. Customers can't book services online. Customers can't find the right information. We don't show up on Google. We don't capture enough leads. Not enough visitors are converting. We need to impress potential employees or investors. The website looks bad on mobile. We look outdated. Our website is hard to maintain. Our website is not compliant with regulation. Our competitors have better websites. We don't look premium enough or big enough or innovating enough. Our marketing manager needs to make an impact. Our clients feel ashamed when they're showing their websites to clients, prospects, and friends. So this is quite a big list. Perhaps it's not exhaustive, and different clients in different niches might have other problems that you'll need to discover. And definitely not all businesses or not all clients are going to have all of these problems, but this is a pretty big set of problems that most of the people you'll talk about will have them. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to understand what these problems are. What are the causes for these problems? How do you solve these problems with design, with web design? And then how to talk about the problems and their impacts and their root causes with your client. So let's dive into some of them and understand. Basically, the framework that Keenan suggested in the book Gap Selling is when you understand these problems, you list them up and you create a table that he calls the problem identification matrix. And basically what you have is in row number one, you have the problem, and then you have the impact on the business, and then you have what I know about the problem. Here's how the table should look like. Problem, impact on business, and then what I know about the problem. All right, so let's go back into the problems we have and try to work through some of these things and dissect them in this way. So let's go with customers don't trust us. Why is this actually a problem for the business? What's the impact on this business? All right, so when customers don't trust you, let's say your customer visit your website and then they don't trust you. What is the impact? Why does this matter? Well, it matters because if they're not trusting you, they're probably not going to do business with you. So the impact on the business is they're not buying from you, or they're not contacting you, or they're not doing business with you. Basically means you are either losing money or definitely not making as much money as you'd like to. And by the way, most of these things, most of the problems that I showed you on the list, when it's going to be translated into impact on the business, just because the goal of businesses is usually to make money, then a lot of the impact is going to be these things may cause the fact that are impacting your ability to make money, or they're making you lose money, or they're creating a headache for the owner or whoever is managing the process. So when customers don't trust us, you're losing money. Now, what do I know about this problem? This is where you become an expert on this problem. And I'm just going to share with you some of my knowledge about what creates trust in a website, right? So there's a lot of things. First of all, how it looks and feel, right? So we as human beings, we have a bias, right? In our mind, this is a very well-known psychology effect, in which case we are biased to think that beautiful things are just better, right? This is how we are wired, and this is a very well-known psychology effect. And so when we see something that is ugly or not aligned, not a good color combination, bad fonts, all of these things, immediately our brain is wired to think this is not trustworthy, right? Because this is bad. And the other way around, right? If everything is aligned, if everything is well taken care of, if the images are high quality, if the font is high quality, if everything is set up correctly, then we immediately, psychologically, even if our customers or your customers, your clients' customers don't understand anything about design, they are wired, that their brain is wired to understand that. So here it is. I'm sharing with you, me, Ron, the web design expert, I'm now sharing with the potential clients my knowledge about this problem. And I can share with them and I can educate them about the fact that because of this psychological effect, the current website that they have hurt their sale and hurt their trustworthiness, and I can back that up with data, with research. Now I can keep talking about the problem of, trust. I can also say that one of the things that causes trust in general, right, is what's called social proof, meaning if you see other people have trusted and have used this business's service in the past before, that's going to create trust. That's why reviews and testimonials and that kind of things help create trust, and they're being used all over the place, not only in website, in sales in general. And so I can come up and make the recommendation. If we want to increase the trust in your website, we can add one of these things like reviews, numbers, testimonials, all these kind of things. So the fact that I am an expert on this particular problem of creating trust helps me to educate the client about the problem that they have right now in their business, how it's impacting their business, they're losing money over it, and also what needs to be done in order to solve this problem. Now, when I talk about this, even if you are now the client and I'm just explaining this to you, first of all, I'm providing value to you right now by educating you on the problem. You might not even know that you have this problem and that your business might be losing money because it's badly designed, because it lacks social proof, and so forth and so forth. And so just by helping them and educating them, I show them that I am an expert, and immediately they will say, wow, this person is smart. This person knows about this problem. This person knows how to solve this problem. I want to work with this person to help me solve my problem. And we can keep going. Let's tackle another problem. Customers can't find the right information. All right, so we can talk about this. What is the impact of customers can't find the right information? Well, they might be frustrated. They might leave the website. They might have a bad user experience. They might leave a negative review. They might be angry. They might not purchase from you. So the impact on that is as well probably translates into you're going to lose sale, you're going to lose your customers, you're going to annoy them, and you're missing out. What do I know about the problem of can't find the right information? Well, now we can talk about information architecture and how to structure information correctly, and the flow of user experience, and how to start and how to tell a story correctly, and how to set up proper navigation, and how to set up a footer so that all the information is exactly where the user expects it, and how we can solve that problem of not being able to find the right information. So I think you can start to understand how we become expert and how we communicate these problems to the clients and what needs to be done in order to solve these problems. Now, as you can see, and just from just the example that I've shared with you already, you can see that actually, as a web designer, you need to become an expert on quite a lot of things, right? You need to be expert on the visual design, right? If you understand that choosing the right fonts and colors and stuff like that is going to help build trust, you need to become an expert on that. If you understand that psychology and how you structure and understanding principles like social proof and things like that are going to help build trust, then you need to become an expert on these psychological effects. If you understand that structuring the information in the right way is going to make it easier for people to find the right information, then you need to become an expert on information architecture. So in web design, it's actually a very broad field where you need to become an expert on these various different topics in order to become an expert on solving all of these different problems that we talked about that we can help our clients solve. And this is what I want to encourage you to do. First of all, that's what we try to do here on the Flux YouTube channel. And in our courses, we try to help you become an expert on solving all of these different problems. But I want to encourage you to dive deep into each one of these topics so that you can develop really the expertise, so that you'll know what you're talking about when you're talking to your clients and helping them solve the problems that they have. All right. Whew. That was quite a mouthful. I feel like I talked so fast. Spent a lot of energy. Let me know in the comments below if you understand what I talked about, if there's any resources that you need to help you become expert on solving all of these problems. And make sure that you like and subscribe to this video, and we'll share more in the following videos. Talk to you soon.